We are live here from Homestead, Miami Speedway, and the Sim Racer Hub Challenge. Drivers are here at Homestead, of course, is what I just said earlier. Track is known for, running the wall here. About 1.5 mile track. So it's really going to be, who can get as close as they can to that outside lane without touching it. Because if you make just a little bit of contact, that's pretty much going to ruin your lap. They're in the middle of their or actually towards the later end of their qualifying here. So they should be done relatively sometime soon here. Well, the times right now, it's Ella. Ooh, 7 gets loose there. Just tries to get all he can off the corner. Don't hit the barrels. Oh, he just drifts down to pit road. There he goes. He just taps the wall. But Ellison, he's sitting out front right now. Actually, very far out front from Garone. He must have gotten very close to that wall. As regarding, there's not many people in here, but one person that is watching, if you are here, actually ordered, water cooling stuff because my PC was having overheating issues. What it was, the 3080 Ti just runs incredibly hot in general, and it does not like it one bit. So I ordered water cooling stuff on there now. We're at the starting grid here. As it'll be Gabriel Ellison first, Michael Garone Jr. second, John Peel third, Doug Newbigin fourth, Zachary Hockenmeyer fifth, Clinton Sneed sixth, Brian Knoll seventh, James Nelson eighth, Joseph Plaggard ninth, 10th, Jonathan Duncan 11th, Matthew Ayla 12th, Doug Denise 13th is race control, so I'll move this driver up one spot. So 13th will be Jimmy Emos from Pennsylvania. Hopefully I said his last name right. I know I butchered some people's names. Hopefully I didn't with yours, man. Hope you're not too mad at me for that. That would be a very bad thing if he was mad at me. I don't want him to be, you said my name wrong. I'm sorry if I did. I really am. Sorry. No, I don't mean to do that, I swear. And that is not good. Looking something else here. I had to upload. No, these races go on Sim Racing TV on Roku. I put some of the files in one of my emails about pretty much out of space, so I might have to buy some more space for that to find another way to put it here, but give drivers a paint refresh. Most of them actually wait for all of them to get on pit road here. Missing just a couple. Just making sure this sound is all balanced out as it should be. I do not have anything dampened like I did before. Kind of decided I'm not going to do that. We're waiting for Douglas Newbigin. He's just the last one that we need to grid here. But if I'm correct, I believe it was Doug who actually repeated back-to-back last week. And that was an extra $50 for him as he's just gotten in the race. I'll give them all a paint refresh just to make sure that everything is loaded for them correctly. I may put a little bit of a gain on this actually here. Because this, just doing a different camera package, some of it's a little bit quieter than what I would normally like it to be. Yeah, I'm just boosting up here just a little bit. But Ellison, we'll have to see what line he runs here because he ran a ridiculous lap time for qualifying. It was so much faster than everybody else in the track. So he must have found something there. As, man, I tell y'all what. Being a college athlete and a track athlete at the same time. Alright, being a college kid and a track athlete at the same time. Man, does that wear you out. Oh my lord, it does. Put a little bit less of a gain. Let's go down to 2 on it. Not 20. There we go. Hopefully that'll be just a little bit better, but pace car's going to pull off here. 80 laps at Homestead. The 27 is going to lead him to green. Ellison, the 29 is going to be on his outside. The 77, 7, 88, 49. Green flag's in the air. Who can run that wall the best here at Homestead? 27 gets out to a good jump over them. Let's see what lines everybody. Oh, we got somebody around already. That's a 49 of Clinton Sneed. He saves it, though. The 50, not 54 might took. Oh, he got some damage from the 54 maybe when somebody got loose, incredibly loose there. Clinton, he's in the dirt already. So that is not the start that he has won. He's pretty much on like the road course part of this track. Think he got a, wow, look at his rear chase here. He's got some heavy right front damage. I'm not sure what happened to these guys back there. I think somebody just got loose getting in the corner, but that's not what Clinton wanted to see for sure. And it wasn't even done with the first corner, and he's already got damage with his truck. New Vegan's making his way up through this. 29's already dropped the position. 77 has also to the 88 of Zachary Hockenmeyer. He's kind of just looking at these guys. He's like, all right, what are you going to do? 29 gets into the wall there. I just blew that turn. Trying to get all that he can on it. He just got a little bit too much of it. Let's see, where's Clinton at? He's 10 seconds back. And, you know, you wouldn't think draft would play a big factor on this track, but it really does. Just driver's going to be... And if you're behind, you're going to be struggling. That's just how it's going to be pretty much for these guys. So they got to find a way to get back in the draft. No, Clinton, he's probably hoping for a caution at this point. If I was him, I'd be hoping like, man, I really hope somebody wrecks, but at the same time, I don't, because that's just not what I would want. But it'll have to be something like that for him. There's just, I don't know. He's going to have to hope. He's going to have to hope. And he really is. Gabriel is leading out here currently. Hockenmeyer's trying to get to the back of that 77 in front of him. He's getting ever so close. He might run in the draft here, I'd say, pretty soon. See, 93's ripping that wall. He's getting up there. We're gonna have to see who can get the highest up on the track. That's when you're gonna see probably the most gains from the drivers, I'd say. And the least gains will maybe come from running that bottom. You can't really run it as well, but that high line is a fine line. You have to be painting it absolutely perfectly if you are going to run that. He's just kind of stalking the 27. He's been faster a little bit every single lap here, so I think he might have something for him soon. Might take him a little bit. He might just kind of chip away at the lead that Ellison has over him, but he's definitely not letting him get away. Neither are these guys. Garone, he's just holding on to that draft of that 70 in front of him. Just able to maintain it ever so slightly. And that's what he's like, man, please, I just want to be able to just keep that draft just a little bit. That's all that I want right now. Back in this here. Looks like everybody's basically running single file. Clinton has not taken his fast repair. Hasn't came down pit road, so I know he's probably hoping for a caution. Might actually, you know, while they're doing this, we're going to go look back and see what happened to the 54. What happened to Clinton, really? So it started with Clinton somewhere. So he just got loose. I mean, he just got loose in the corner. He saves it here. And then the 54 is like a heat-seeking missile and hits him. What happened to the 54 here? He might have got it punted from somebody. Nope, he just gets loose also. Kind of almost does what Clinton does, but uses Clinton pretty much as a place to slow himself down on. Say Clinton's probably not too happy if I was him. I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me for doing that, man. I know how that feels all too well. You're just running down there and somebody hits you and like, oh, you got to be kidding me. But it looks like, I think that 70 might have something for the 77 and these guys up here because he's not running bad lap times either. He's a little bit slower than Ellison. New Biggin, he's continuing to run the fastest laps currently. He last ran at 33.77 as that 88's all over that wall. Trying to get as much as he can off the corner. He's really giving all he's got. That 70's going to have a really tough time passing 77 on the bottom because that 77 can just pinch him down and not let him get the power that he needs off the X, and that can really hurt you. You've already got so much wheel into it, you just can't turn it any more than what you need to. You're like, man, I can't do anything else. What am I supposed to do? It's kind of a helpless feeling. Like, everybody is just single file. I think Clinton's caught up to the 54. They still get one position back. The biggest mover so far is Ron Knoll. He is in the 4th position. He's up 3 spots from his 7th starting position here. He's trying to under attack from the 70, though. Exactly. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. I thought that was the 77. Excuse me. One of the things about broadcasting so many leagues, you get so confused on which driver is which. I mean, you really do. I think one driver is this one, and I'm like, oh, nope, I'm completely wrong. That was my bad. There we go. That 49 does nice paint scheme. That's the 13 of Jonathan Duncan. I don't believe I saw him in here. But Newbegin, he's been holding on to Ellison. I don't think he's going to get around him right now, as I don't think he really gains anything at this point. I think he's kind of fine with riding behind him right now. He's getting to save fuel is one big thing that I know that he's probably like, yep, I'm saving fuel. You go do what you want to do, man. I'm perfectly fine here. Oh, Lord. I don't... this is weird, because these guys... Oh, Tate, you know what? You just wait till tomorrow. You just wait till tomorrow. I'm going to say something to you. You just wait till that Ghost League race tomorrow. It's like the 70's going under the 77. He's going to try to... Oh, he gets on the apron. That's going to slow him down. Saw him kind of bounce up and down. I think he got a splitter on the apron just a little bit too much. He's going to get a bad exit, though. He's going to have to probably try to side draft that 77 as hard as he can. He goes right up and I think the 77 might have lifted and let him in. But looking at lap times, they're not very far off of Newbegin and Ellison. But Newbegin, he's continuing to be the fastest truck on the track, running 34.21. I mean, he's just faster than Ellison, just a little bit, not a lot. It's ever so slightly for him. I think he might be able to do something with this. Let's see what happens here. The 77 and the 88. I think that 77 looks like he just went out a little too hard early on. That's really what I'm seeing from him. He's not able to keep the pace right now with these guys up front. We'll have to see. That 70, he's kind of in the middle of no man's land. He's can't catch the draft in Newbegin. The only thing that he can hope is that Newbegin and Ellison both get side by side and, you know, side draft each other and just slow each other down. That's the only real chance that I see him having here if he can get somewhere. He's making up some time, but he's pretty much in the middle of nowhere. They got action around the 88 of Zachary Hockenmeyer. The 29 is trying to go to the bottom of him. It's Michael Garone Jr. is going to try to slide. Oh, thought he was going to get in there a little bit deeper. Oh, looks like he may have the 88 clear on exit. If he does, it's going to be barely 88. It's going to be able to... Oh, no, he's going to get the 88 clear. Thought 88 was going to roll that top just a little bit better than what he did, but he wasn't able to roll it like I thought that he was going to. His driver's back here pretty much. You know, just... I got to ride it out. The 54. Clinton had a start that he would definitely want to forget. He's already 19 seconds back. I want to look at this. I don't know. This 70, this is going to be interesting now. As that 7 is all over the 27 right now. Both Roasted Gems coffee trucks. Yeah, I remember that. I actually have that clipped I need to put that on like iRacing not top 10 moments. And you can even hear it in my voice. I was so confused in what I said. I don't know how I said that. That's 7. I think he's just playing with his food right now. He's just playing with that 27. He's like, yep, I'm here. You got to go. I'm going to sell, so I'm going to start pushing you. Another 7. He's being able to save fuel doing this, so he's not too bad. He's probably like, okay, no, I can save fuel. I'm fine with this. Actually, I'm going to see. We'll go on board with the 7 here. I want to see what lane he's running. Looks like he's just really trying to roll that bottom. You see that 27 is very loose. He washes up the track there. I think that might give that 7 an opening. I saw that rear end of that 27 kind of just chase. What is the 54 doing? Thought he was going to come up in front of all these guys. But I think that 7 saw it. He's going to get right back to the bumper of that 27. I thought he was going to give him a little bit of a tap there. Doesn't do that, though. 7 gets loose off the corner. Ellison and Newbigin are going at it. I know the 70 probably like, yeah, I like seeing this, but right now I'm a lot slower than you all. So he just wants to see these guys beat their tires up. He's not running slow lap times by any means. I mean, he's running competitive times with these guys up here. It's just barely off the pace. I mean, and I mean barely off the pace. I'm surprised how much of a difference that will make, though. I think pretty much everything's been calm. I think that's 75 might be under fire from the 40 of Doug Denise. See how deep he get. Does it get very deep in there? I thought he would get a little bit deeper. Decides not to. I think they're going to have at least one pit stop. I think you can really one-stop this race. Running about 35-ish second lap. So, do you split it up here, or do you go as long as your fuel? 27. Let's see. He's trying. I don't know what he's. Look like he's running off the bottom. I think he's trying to diamond that corner as best as he can, but he's not able to get down. So I think he's getting maybe a little bit tighter as this goes on. We'll have to go on board with the 27 actually. See how his steering wheel is, and here's his tires. Oh yeah, you saw that right there. He tried to get back in the gas, tapped it, and it did not want to turn for him at all. His truck got incredibly tight. Didn't really see him wash up the track because he got right back out of the throttle, but he was not able to get that rotation in the center to the bottom of it. I don't know if this was me. I'd be running anywhere. I don't do practice. I don't do practice. I just kind of hop in and say, all right, where's the line at? As I'm somehow able to find that most of the time when I do some races. I don't know how, but I am. So I will run some of the weirdest lines people will ever see. And they're like, how are you fast? And I'm like, I have no clue. I feel bad for Sneed. Sneed, he had a bad start. Man, he really did have a bad start. This 7, he's barely faster than this 27. I think he just doesn't want to get past him right now because I think he's realizing, you know, staying behind you like this, saving me just a little bit of fuel, I can just kind of be dragged along with you. And I don't really see the point or the benefit in passing you here. I think that's what he's really looking at. He's looking at the risk versus reward. If he wants to pass him, do you want to burn off more fuel than what you were, or do you want to stretch your fuel as long as you can? I thought 93 was going to get loose here. They're going to run up on that 54. Not much action here so far. Our driver's been pretty cautious of what's going on here, surprisingly. That 93, I think he's been the only driver the whole night to really try to run up in that top lane. It's just not working for him like he needs it to. He has gained 2 positions, but that's really all. At 70, looks like he bobbled in the bottom there. This this 7, I think he's just toying with New Biggins at this point. Or sorry, with Ellison at this point. He's just, oh, the 7 might have gotten the throttle a little bit too soon there. I think he might have gotten just a little bit sooner. I think like the 54 is down pit road. He was involved in that incident earlier, so I think he's going to use his faster pair if he does have one. I have to see here really quick what he does. I'm not sure. I honestly wasn't sure if that was his pit stall. Doesn't look like he's going to take it, though, so he's going to save his faster pair. Not even sure if drivers have one. I got to make a note of that if they do or don't have a faster pair here tonight. Who can I choose to go on board with here? Just a quick second. Let's go. I'm trying to choose a driver. Just off the top of my head, I can't really think of one. All right, everyone's pretty much running. Actually, we'll do the 93s just to see how his steering is. No, he's running closer to the wall than everybody else. As he had his hands full running that line. Doesn't seem to be treating him too well. There goes the rear end of the truck there. I knew it was going to happen. I could hear it. Wasn't doing too bad on him, but he was definitely having to make a lot more movements than those guys that are running that bottom lane. But that 7 starting to run a little bit slower than Gabriel now. Gabriel was a 10th faster that lap. So, this is... Maybe Gabriel just stayed behind that 27 for too long. He might have backed off. I'm not sure yet. It'll be interesting to see. What? Has Gabriel burned off his tires, possibly? That's the big thing. If he's done that, then that's not going to be good for him. That's going to be very difficult. See the 54. He's back out on pit road. He's a lap down. Clinton, he's decided to stay out. He's 26 seconds back, so he's pretty much got to hope for a caution at this point, else he's not going to have a chance with getting back up with these guys. But that 7 might have hit the wall there. I think he has. I mean, look at his... Yep, he's gotten in the wall, so I think he got into the wall as I turned back to him, because you can see he's got some right front damage. Must have tapped it. That's going to hurt him. His trucks are so aerodynamic. Well, I'd say that it's really this low horsepower, high downforce package. It allows these trucks to pretty much be running full throttle most of the time, and it's really draft reliant too. So any aero damage will really hurt you. As I think that Noel, he's starting to reel in Newbigin now. Might take him just a little bit, but he's definitely starting to catch him here. See what... Oh, yep. Yeah, Newbigin, he had to hit the wall here, because Newbigin ran a 35.69 and Noel ran a 35.09. So I think Newbigin got into the wall on that lap before. We'll see what Noel barely faster that lap. So I think Newbigin might be having to adjust how he runs now because of that damage. He's moved up into that top lane. He's not running that bottom like he was before. That 93's got action around him. 13's trying to go below him. That 93, valiant effort trying to run that wall as best as he can. Is just not paying out for him so far. I think the 13, him just kind of keep swapping positions. That 93 is able to get him maybe a little bit deeper. But that wall is, you have to run it absolutely perfectly, because if you don't, you're going to be right into it. I think he gets a huge run off that corner. He's going to tuck in behind the 13. See the 54 is on the bottom. He's just kind of like, hey, I'm here. What do you want me to do? Kind of can't do much at this point. He's a lap down. We got the 31. He must have pitted somewhere. Oh, no, he's out of the race, actually. Yes. 31 is out of the race, just making sure. Brian Knoll is down pit road, though. So he might try to short pit these guys. One thing I can think that he's doing here. Have to see where he comes off pit road. Will this trigger the pit stops from everybody else? That's going to be a question that will have to be answered. I want to see where is Ron? No, he's still on pit road. Going to come out right behind. Looks like, I believe, John Peel. Yeah, he's gonna maybe right in front of him if he gets off pit. No, he's going to be right behind him. So pit strategy could pay out for him. We'll see who wants to run their fuel as long as they can. As I'm a person, whenever I race, it doesn't matter what it is. I want to run that fuel where I basically have a lap left and then come down pit road because I really want the tires more than anything. A person who likes long runs, I don't like these short runs that we get sometimes. They annoy me. I'm like, come on, give me a long run. That's where I tend to shine. That is not what I meant for. That's 7. I think he might. That damage has definitely hurt him now. And you can just see the time fall off as he actually goes into the pits. I'm talking about him. So I think he realizes I got damage. I got to come in for this. I mean, I don't think there's any way he's going to be able to hang with these guys with that damage that he has. He kind of had to do it. He might have not wanted to, but he just had to do it. See, oh, there goes Gabriel. So he kind of comes with the 7. Also, he got loose coming on the pit road. That drags the 93 of Joseph Plager. He must have came in right before these guys. I'm not saying come down pit. Let's put the 88 of Zachary Hockemeyer to the lead. Michael Groen Jr. is going to be second. Jonathan Duncan, he'll be 13th. Doug Denise, he has not pitted. Let's see, who was that coming out of pit road there? Saw someone coming out here. That was a 93 of Joseph Plager. I have to see how Joseph fares when this all cycles out. As I believe they're going to be going basically the rest of this race on this tank. I don't think anybody will be pitting for the rest of the race. We're able to stretch it a pretty good amount. I think that Sneady's like, man, I really want to caution at this point. Sorry, buddy, I don't see it happening. Right now, that is. And when I say right now, because seemingly I can give everybody the broadcaster's curse, and then they go out there and wreck. Oh, wait, so you got the 13 down pit road. Have to see how long are these guys going to stay out. We've got 4 drivers that haven't, Doug Denise, he's down. So 3 drivers that haven't pit. Jonathan Duncan, he's out and away. So how long is this 88 and the 29 going to stretch it? That 54, I thought he was going to smack the wall when he came back up there, jerking his truck back up into that top lane. Hopefully my voice does not die. I got to broadcast tomorrow. Hopefully I see Tate end up in a tire barrier. He's still here. Denise, he's out and away. So the 88 and this 29, they're stretching their fuel as long as possible, it seems here. They're not trying to pit. They just really aren't. I think that 54, he might be trying to break up the draft. These guys doesn't want to help him at all. It's like, man, do you. I'm not helping you. You're the leaders. I don't got to help you. As I'm debating. We'll see. So where's the 27? So 27 stayed on the lead lap. He is running about 2 seconds faster than these guys up front. So what these guys are probably doing is seeing the time that's being made up on them, trying to stay out to a certain point, just staying out as long as they can to when they have to hit their tires, they're going to be able to make up that amount of time. But they're definitely waiting a lot longer than I would have. They probably want to see that 54 actually hop up and help them, because they can get the draft off of him, but he's definitely not wanting to get on the draft at all. Like, Clinton's going to get passed for the 27 of Doug Newbigin. Or sorry, not Doug Newbigin. Not Doug Newbigin, Ellison. They get confused with these roasted Jim's coffee trucks. That's where I butcher my words sometimes. I don't even know what I'm saying. See, Joseph, he is still trying to rip that line. I will give that man a gold star. He is trying to make that high line work as best as he can. It will work sometimes. I know. Gosh, I ran the old Gen 6 here. Oh my gosh, I ran an A Open. You talk about one of the loosest setups I ever had. Trying to run that high line, it was horrible. Oh my gosh, I never wanted to do that again. So it looks like Hockenmeyer might get past from the 77. He is a lap down, so I think it might be wise to let him go. If he does, that 77 just powers on the outside of the 88. Almost clips him there. He gets tight from the air that was packed on him. Everybody's just been pretty much just single file. We had a little incident early in the race, literally turn one. It was Sneed who just think he caught the seam that was on the track, and that just sent him right around, and nothing that he could have really done at that point. In 54, looks like he was a heat-seeking missile and somehow hit Sneed. I think he found the same spot that Sneed did before. As Sneed finally comes down pit road here. He's got to get in there. Wait till the last second. This 88 and this 29 are staying out very, very long, though. I'm kind of curious. What's your plan here? You got a plan or something? Because you definitely look like you got one. This sure looks like you got one, man. What's your plan? You gonna admit it to us, or you gonna keep it hidden, buddy? He's not gonna say anything. When he is in pit road, they don't have a fast repair. I need to keep that in mind for this league. At least they don't have a fast repair. But how long? So they are. The 88 almost gets sitting around from the 75. I think the 88 was going to come down pit road anyway. He almost got wrecked coming down pit road, so he finally comes in. That's going to leave that 29. He is the last truck that has not pit. If I was him, I would pit this time by, because that, I don't know. That's just going to be, you're not going to have enough time to make up any spots if you don't come down pit road. It'll be extremely difficult for him. I need to underclock this again just a little bit. I'm being a little PC nerd over here. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna start speaking a term that half of y'all probably are like, "What is he saying?" Point on, he comes down pit road. Yep, I was just talking about him coming down pit road. I knew he probably should. I wouldn't have stayed out much longer, because that would have been, I don't think would have time to make up anything. But it's gonna put Noel to the lead. Actually, he pitted 4 laps before Ellison. I think Ellison, he has been running faster laps than Noel, but has Noel been saving his tires, knowing the gap that he had on Ellison? As Douglas Newbigin looks like he took all the optional. Nope, he didn't. Sorry, I'm completely wrong, but he is. Wow, he is very far back. I'm surprised he's this far back. He actually might get lapped here from the 70. I'm not sure what happened with him. 93 gets a peek from Clinton Sneed on the inside. He's just, yeah, I'm not going to go there. Clinton, he is a lap down. There's 2 trucks that are a lap down. It is Sneed and Emos. One driver's out of the race. That is Matthew Ayla. I believe, let's see, where are they going next? I'm just going to look that up really quick for you all. That's not what I need. There's so much stuff pulled up here. So the race after this, they'll be going to Las Vegas, which will be 100 laps, 150 miles. Just a little bit of a faster track that you can really stay in the throttle a lot longer there. Especially if you know how to roll it. If you know how to roll that track, you can be very good at it. But Ellison, he's just kind of just nipping away at the lead that Noel has over him. He's not chopping off a lot of time. It's just here and there he's picking up a 10th, maybe 100th of a second on him. Lord, I want to see. Oh, that 27 is going to get him. So the only truck that I see maybe having a challenge for these guys is the 9-3 of Joseph Plager. He had a very good pit stop, surprisingly. Spent the most time on pit lane and on the pits, but he came out and he's third right now. Surprised he's been able to do what he's done so far. There we go. One of my screens just went blank there for a minute. I was confused on what happened. I was like, uh-oh, I can't see anything. Please help me. It was a main one, too, so I was clicking around on the controls. But luckily it doesn't do. You don't see that on your end. I just can't see anything on the screen in front of me. I got really nervous right there. Wow, ooh, this is 27. He might catch him within, I say, the next lap or two. Maybe by the end of this next one, he'll be on the bumper, that 70, and then he'll probably just blow right by him because he really doesn't have anything to hold off that 27 at this point. I'm thinking that 27, he's just too strong right now. He just can't get away from him. That 27, he's trying it on that 70. He's trying to get, he's got to the outside of him now. This is pretty much for this 27. He can just set sail and just ride on. I don't think he's going to be facing a challenge from really anybody at this point. I really don't think that anybody's going to be able to do anything on him. I just don't. I think right now he's just got too much of a lead, or too much of a tire advantage over these guys, just too much of a speed advantage. That 70's not letting him get by, though, easily. Maybe a little bit kinder to him. He's definitely not giving him that spot. Trying to find him on that bottom. He's getting all the way on that white line, trying to get that little grip that the paint has. He's not. I'm surprised he's hanging tough with him. He tucks him behind him finally. I think it's going to be pretty much the death of that 70 now. He can't really do much after this, I think. As we go within 20 to go, I'm going to roll some commercials for y'all just so I can make sure that they get out there. Looks like y'all won't be missing much when I do them, though. That 93, he is still trying that wall. He's making surprisingly good time, too. Ran one of the faster laps besides Zachary. Zachary does have a lot fresher tires than these guys. He has almost 11 laps on some of them. So he's definitely going to be coming up through here. See how far he can get up. He might be able to get up to third before this is over. Have to see. He's just had a night to remember. Nobody's been able to really lay a finger on him so far. I want to know what happened to the 7. Because he was up front, and then I don't think he came down to fix his damage again. He might have gotten a speeding penalty, possibly. That's the only thing I can really think of. that would cause him to be back where he is in 10th. That's just odd that he's back this far. But I'm going to roll some quick ads here while these guys are just pretty much, running to the end of this race. We're back here at Homestead. Coming to 15 to go. That 7 has been able to extend his lead over the 70 of Brian Noel. Brian kind of is holding on for this position, tried the undercut. Didn't necessarily work, but didn't necessarily hurt him too much either. So it's kind of been like a thing that's evened out for him. See, Hockenmeyer, he does have one of the freshest tires in the race. Michael Groen Jr. has 1 lap fresher tires than Hockenmeyer, but Hockenmeyer's just trying to make up as many positions as he can before the end of it. He may be able to get Plagger here. I think he will. Yeah, I believe he will before this is over, knowing the lap times that he's running. Oh, yeah, he's going to be able to get him here. That's for sure. Clinton, he's had a rough night. He's 1 lap down, gotten a somewhat of a wreck earlier. He hit the seam of the track, and I just say that really upset his truck, and it didn't necessarily like it. So he's had a rough night. That's no doubt for him. But that 93 is trying to rip that hot line. That 88 is going to catch him. When he gets to him, he's going to get around him pretty easily. And that 99 is having to wheel it off the corner. See that rear end kind of just kicking out a little bit, and he's trying to keep it under him. He's trying to keep all the power down. I think Brian, he should be safe from Hockenmeyer. I don't think Hockenmeyer will be able to make up the time on him that he needs to. Of course, it's done, but that 27, he has just had a dominating night so far. I've got a cable loose on my graphics card here. To tighten that up. Did have to move my monitor around to yank out some cables. Probably didn't get one in fully, as I am getting a new case to help with the water cooling, because if I put what I needed to into mine, it evidently would not work. Wouldn't have enough room. It'd be physically impossible for it. That 88, he's going to catch this 93, and he should basically blow right by him. He can basically run any line he wants to pass him to. I mean, he can choose top, high, low, mid, grass. I don't think that would work for him. I think that'd be pretty difficult if he did try to pass him in the grass. At 27, he has just had He's had a night to remember for sure. He's been out front since the drop. He's like, well, yep, I'm gone. Y'all can go have fun, because you're not catching me. Basically, what he said to this group up here. So I really wouldn't blame him either if he said that. Definitely can say that to him if he wants to. Kind of like New Big in last week. He just swept both races, and they got an extra $50 for that too. So he's gonna be happy with that. So this can set the stage for maybe Ellison. Maybe he can go back to back. Well, we have 2 back-to-back winners. It could be very, very possible. Inside 10 to go. See that 88? He has gotten by the 93. 93's been trying to run that wall. I think Noel, he's in a position where he doesn't have to worry about the 88 catching him. Now, you definitely still want to be running hard. You don't want to be running easy because the 88's getting it. Maybe under 10 seconds, but yeah, he's not running two seconds faster than him. Luckily, I think he should be safe. He can maybe breathe some fresh air here. Realize that he doesn't have to worry so much about me being lapped by him. I need to delete some stuff here. That is why I got old college files in this. Choose a random driver to go on board here with. I've got my eyes closed. Just going to click somebody, and we'll go in the cockpit with them here. So we'll go on board with the 29 of Michael Groen Jr. Just a random pick. See how he's faring, how he's having to put his wheel. Those little corrections that he's having to make is that back end is wanting to get out on him. He's trying to catch it under him. When that happens, he's just steering it. Driver's hands are never steady. You would think that, oh yeah, these guys just turn left. There's a lot more stuff than you think that goes on inside these vehicles, because if you have a bad setup, if you run open stuff, if the league is an open setup track, it can be very difficult, very, very difficult to run that. I've had some setups that are like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this track, it feels completely different because you're basically on the mercy of everybody else at that point. Look at the 27. He's coming inside, 5 to go, and he'll win the first race of the night before we hop over to Las Vegas. Las Vegas was a very good track for me when I ran that. I can't remember how many wins I got that track when I did run. It was definitely a track that played to my favor. As even at Las Vegas, you have to run that track. It is flat out most of the time, depending on how you can get in the corner. But it's still a difficult track to run. Zachary, I think Noel, he's in a safe position. He doesn't have to worry about Zachary behind him. He's not going to catch him before this is over. He doesn't have to be sweating bullets like he was before. He can calm down now. He's at 27 behind him. 20, yeah, 7. He could actually go a lap down here if that 27 gets around him. But it's been a dominating night from Ellison so far. Pretty much since the drop of the green, he's been leading this race. Qualified on the pole. Ran a much faster time than everybody else in the field, so that was probably a sign that he's going to be the driver that everybody has to beat. It looks like he has a little bit of right side damage, so might have gotten just a little bit of contact from somebody. Doesn't seem to be hurting him at all. Maybe helped him, if anything, it seems, for him. 27. He's just not had the night that he has wanted so far. He was up competing with the 27, got a little bit of damage, got in the wall, and then he's been back here just struggling. Hopefully he doesn't get lapped. No, that's kind of a thing towards the end of a race. You just don't want to get lapped if you know you are. You kind of fight for your whole life at that point. You're like, I do not want to get lapped. You are not lapping me. I'm not having that. Some drivers are like that. Some of them don't care if you do, but I'm personally. Looks like the 7, he's gonna not. It looks like the 27 might be showing mercy. White flags in the air for him. That 7's ripping down the wall, testing it. Maybe Roos can join him in his experiment there. But it's been a dominating night for that 27. He is just basically ran away with it from the drop of the green flag. He's not had any trouble. He's going 3 and 4. He's got a 5-second lead over Brian Knoll. And Gabriel Ellison, he dominated qualifying. He has dominated the whole entire race. He's going to take home race 1 here at Homestead Miami Speedway. A dominating race from him. Looks like Brian Knoll, he'll come second. Zachary Hockenmeyer third, as hopefully I did not say Brian Knoll was going to take home the win. Hockenmeyer comes third, Joseph Plager fourth, and John Peel comes fifth. That was a dominating showing by Gabriel Ellison. He just swept the field on those guys. He had no challenge the whole time, it seems. 7 was definitely going to give him a run for his money. Then the 7 got some damage, and that kind of took him out of the picture. We'll watch him burn it down here. Now he's got to be happy about that win. As we will pull up the race results here. We'll bring in Zachary Hockenmeyer, the 3rd place driver here really quickly for his quick interview. As he is not in a room, so that's not good. We'll see, is Brian Knoll in one? I think he was. Yep, there he is. I'm going to drag him in here very quickly. Hey, Brian, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man? Let me sort these drivers out. For some reason, it server mutes them. Hey, Brian, you got a copy? Oh, it's push to talk. I don't know why it switches it. Sorry about that. I'm just waiting. For some reason, when I drag him in here, it changes everybody's talking to push to talk. That's odd. I don't know why it does that for them.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man, I can hear you. I don't know why when I drag people in here, it changes everybody's thing to push to talk. That's kind of odd. I need to get that fixed.
It's fine. I've had to reset my audio settings, so I just forgot to change it back.
All right, man. Well, you come home second. Not a bad race overall. You tried to kind of short pit Gabriel. Just didn't work out. But, describe that race for me from the drop of the green flag to the finish, because you weren't up front the whole entire time.
Yeah, I had a shaky qualifying. I messed up going into turn 1 on my money lap, so that didn't really help me out. But I just tried to be a little aggressive on strategy, you know. I knew I wasn't going to beat Gabe on outright pace because he was just unbelievably quick. So I thought my strategy was going to work out, but my tires just didn't last.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of got to try something, anything that'll work. But you come home second. How do you feel about your chances at Las Vegas?
I feel like Vegas is going to be an interesting track. I mean, looking at it, you don't think you'd be able to run flat out there, but you can. And so it's kind of like Michigan in that aspect, just a little smaller. So I think it'll be a interesting race to say the least.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching this first stream here tonight?
I want to thank Roasted Gems Coffee for being on the car, John Peel for giving me the ride again, and I'd like to thank my family for actually tuning in. I can actually hear them. They're streaming it on the TV outside in the next room over, so I can sort of hear everything.
Yeah, that's always cool to see. But I will let you go. But hopefully in the next race, I see that second position turn to first. So good luck, man.
Thank you.
As that was Brian Knoll, we will bring in the race winner, Gabriel Ellison. Hey, Gabriel, this is Bryson Booth. You got a copy, man?
I got you.
Man, so from the drop of the green flag to the finish of that race, you just swept every single driver. Describe how that race went for you.
Yeah, about as good as it could go, I guess. Yeah, I love this track. This is probably my favorite NASCAR track. So, yeah, truck felt great. I did catch the wall one time a little bit on the backstretch. Lap car kind of jump scared me a little bit, but other than that, kept it super clean, saved the tires pretty well, and it helped that Doug was right on me that whole first run. I think I'm not sure what happened to him. I guess he caught the wall. Unfortunate for him, but yeah, just keeping the truck alive, saving the tires, and it worked out.
Yeah, man, it was pretty much at 7. He might have had something for you, and I think he got into the wall. I was wondering what had happened. I literally had just barely missed it, so that kind of took away your competition. But how do you feel about this next race at Las Vegas?
Yeah, it'll be a little bit more of a more closer to a super speedway type. It's gonna be a lot of packed up, good fun. So I mean, I'm pretty confident in it, but at the same time, as we all know, anything can happen. So we'll see. Hopefully, I can stay out of the wrecks, and I think it'll be a fun one.
All right, man. Before I let you go, is anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, man. Huge shout to Roasted Gems Coffee on the truck there. Best coffee. RS Button Boxes, Shady Designs, and all the other Lucky Duck partners. And huge thanks to Sim Racer Hub and the Ghost Racing Network.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Hopefully, I can see you repeat at Las Vegas. But good first race, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
As that was the race winner and Gabriel Ellison. I will run over the finishing order here. Gabriel Ellison first, Brian Knowles second, Zachary Hockenmeyer third, Joseph Plager fourth, John Peel fifth, Michael Garone Jr. sixth, seventh, Jonathan Duncan eighth, Doug Denise ninth, Doug Newbiggin 10th, James Nelson 11th, Clinton Sneed 12th, Jimmy Amos 14th, Matthew Ayla, and 14th is Race Control. So I, of course, don't count that, but that was a dominating race from Gabriel. I don't think anybody could lay a finger to him, but it's all gonna change at Las Vegas. It's pretty much a track that you can run flat out. You don't think that you can. You got to be lifting just a little bit. So that's gonna be interesting to see how drivers tackle that. But I'm gonna roll these ads, and I will let y'all go. Hopefully, I will see you in the next race.